microtransactions, and
DRM.
Downloadable content.
What's up, gamers? Welcome to Gamer Rant. We are going to be talking about former FIFA boss David Rutter has been made Group General Manager of EA Studios Europe. We're just going to jump down to the update on this here website. A link to it, as always. I think I'm one of the few people that actually link to the sources where I get information. Anyway, I find it always irritating when I watch another YouTuber, they're talking about something, and it's like, alright, apparently we're not going to link to the article you're fucking talking about. Anyway, EA has provided the VGC with the following statement. David Rutter has moved to Europe and taken on the role of Group General Manager of EA Studios Europe to lead our creators of DICE Stockholm, Ghost, and Criterion, if I pronounce that one correctly or incorrectly. For the last 20 years, David has led FIFA franchise and EA Sports development teams at EA Vancouver and EA Romaine to amazing success. Now, ironically, when they talk about, amazing success, they're not really talking about the amazing success, gameplay-wise, new feature-wise. It's pretty much microtransactions and loot box this guy is responsible for infesting with the sports genre when it comes to electronic arts, and that's basically where they see his success. You know, good on him for finding ways to fuck over the fan base of the sports genre within of itself from electronic arts. Good on him for finding a way to milk every fucking dime, creating basically a bargain bin. I mean, sports games in general are already bargain bin based. They don't hold their value for very long. But in retrospect, you know, if I came across like NBA 2K20 or Madden 19 and I had the choice of $50 in comparison to an NES game that was $50 in a sports game, I'm gonna buy the NES one because at least the fucking game is complete. So him actually moving to these and being in charge of these particular companies has gotten a few people a little worried about the future of Need for Speed, about the future of Star Wars games, so on and such forth. Even though, of course, developers of Need for Speed have ultimately stated that they're never going to do loot boxes. But ultimately this has a lot of people worried. Is that ultimately going to change because of this guy's success with, and let's be honest, not FIFA, not sports game, but microtransactions and loot boxes in general? Is he then going to try to implement these into the other developers, regardless of their own personal feelings and or sayings within said matter? It is electronic arts. You either do what they say or they're going to shut you down, fire you, find someone else that will do it, so on and such forth. Because at the end of the day, electronic arts doesn't make art. They make basically products. And granted, yes, I understand that video games are a product in general, but I always feel that the art and the entertainment should come before the concept that it is a product within of itself. And that's ultimately like a quick breakdown of what people are ultimately worried about from Mr. David Rutter taking this over, especially when it comes to Star Wars, because, you know, they had their own screw-ups with microtransactions, loot boxes, and then, of course, coming out and apologizing, saying they're never going to do it again, and yet, guess what? Their entire sports franchise is still infested with the loot boxes that they lay claim that they were never going to do again. Granted, different developing company, but still a part of EA, which is kind of ironic in retrospect when you think about how developers, especially if they're owned by Electronic Arts, say that we're not going to do this, and people basically in the back of their head are like, yeah, you're EA's bitch, so we have to literally take your word with not even a grain of salt, but a microscopic grain of salt, all right? Because, yeah, you are EA's bitch, and at the end of the day, you're going to do what they say, or they're going to replace your ass and find someone that will do what they want you to ultimately do, which is to make money and not necessarily entertaining art. So there's that one for you. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form. That's my thoughts and opinions on this subject. A quick brief, a quick rundown. As always, microtransactions in any form suck ass. Yeah, I'm not one of those gamers that like, oh, cosmetic is alright. No, fuck them and fuck you for buying them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form. And remember, gamers, if you're not voicing your thoughts and concerns about the bullshit within gaming and the potential bullshit to come, even though technically Electronic Arts is just bullshit in general, you just might be a part of the motherfucking problem.